Today it's just myself riding, my family and a couple of friends have joined us, making a crew in total of 4 EUCs and 2 e-scooters. Today's ride was actually a planned group ride for our Facebook PEV community, PEV Riders of Tasmania. A little over a dozen riders had RSVP'd to say they were coming, though unfortunately for us, just a few days out from the ride, a prediction of bad weather forced us to make a last minute rain check. We decided to reschedule the ride for later that month, so invited anyone who was brave enough to try their luck with the weather to turn up anyway, and we'll see if we can salvage at least some kind of group ride out of the day. Our original plan had been to meet at Hobart Beach car park, make our way down to the Bellerive quay where we'd take the Derwent Ferry over into the city, from there riding into Cornelian Bay for a barbecue before making the return journey. That's still our plan for the ride when we've rescheduled it for later in the month, so stick with us. In a few weeks time we'll be going on that ride. Hopefully some more riders will show up and we'll have a great day. But anyway, a few brave souls have turned up today and here we are. This is what I'll be riding, the InMotion V8F, loaned to me and my family by our friend John from the PEV group. It's a great little wheel, quite swift, very nimble. I enjoy riding it. It's very similar to the Kingsong 16S to ride. I'll start out on this wheel, but as you'll see a little bit later on, John, who hasn't seen this wheel for quite some time, starts feeling a bit nostalgic and wants to take it for a ride himself, so we switch wheels and I take his Kingsong S18 for a ride, which was quite an experience as well. Great wheel, nice to enjoy, a lot more power, a lot bigger wheel, and of course the suspension. But for now, let's get this ride on the track. At this stage of the ride we weren't actually sure how far we'd go or how lucky we'd be. It's looking quite overcast, as you can see. It was reasonably cold and the weather forecast was still predicting something like a 70% chance of rain, which wasn't good. We decided that the barbecue that we'd planned to have on the other side of the river definitely wouldn't be happening. There really wasn't any point, I suppose, with only a small group of around 6 or 7 riders. So we decided we'd make our way down to Bellerive Quay, see if the ferry was around, and decide what we were going to do next from there. Erica's riding my Kingsong 16S today. She's loving that as usual. And there goes Ava on the little Segway 9-bot E8. Fantastic little kids e-scooter. We've just recently purchased the Segway 9-bot E10, the slightly larger version of the E8. We'll be sure to do a little video review of that soon. That's also an excellent scooter so far. Both John and Andrew, who are behind me, are riding Kingsong S18s, and my partner Rhiannon is riding my 010X. Sit back, enjoy the ride as we make our way down to the Bellerive Ferry Terminus, and once we get there we'll decide where we feel like heading next. On the way you'll get some nice scenic views of the beautiful Bellerive and Harra foreshore, looking out over the Derwent River, and then we'll be cruising past Blunston Arena, where they've just recently been hosting international cricket games. The rides, such as the one we're on now, or at least the originally planned group ride, are pretty typical of our Facebook community, PEV Riders of Tasmania. We do host small to medium-sized informal group rides from time to time, often family-friendly rides such as today. As you can see, we're generally cruising along at pretty slow speeds. The youngsters in the group are restricted to around 15 to 20 kilometres an hour, meaning our family-friendly group rides aren't really a race or a thrill ride as such, more just a relaxing journey and a social get-together consisting of members of our Facebook community and their family or friends. We also welcome along any PEV enthusiasts, any kind of PEV, and while there are no formal rules to our rides, we simply ask everyone ride responsibly and try not to draw attention for the wrong reasons. That doesn't mean PEV life always has to be in the slow lane though. We do occasionally get together in groups, pairs, or even just solo for more adult-only oriented rides with more speed in locations that are much more challenging to ride. Our Facebook community recently hit 100 members, so if you're a local Tassie PEV rider or even just an enthusiast, drop by and join our growing little community. We'd love to have you along. We're an informal group. There's no serious leadership or anything like that, just a collection of local enthusiasts and PEV riders and owners who like to share knowledge, pictures, chatting about PEVs, and occasionally getting together for rides like today. And we're almost at the Bellerive Ferry Terminus. The weather's still looking a little bit dire at this stage. As you can see, it's quite overcast, and glancing over the river, it looks like it almost may be raining over there. It's still dry here, where we are, fortunately, and it looks like we've timed this quite well as we pull into the terminus here. Looks like we've caught the ferry just before it's about to depart. We decide at the last minute we'll brave the weather, we'll catch the boat after all, and head over the other side and reassess the weather situation once we're there, and decide from there where we'll go next.
Perfect. We're going to get the boat?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, let's get it.
I think the Derwent Ferry is a great little service. As they say, if you don't use it, you may lose it. The ferry's currently on a 12-month trial, so I do encourage local residents to get down there, check it out, take a ride. The more people that use it, the better chance we've got of seeing it stick around. Travel on the ferry is currently free if you present a green card or if you're catching the ferry using a bicycle or e-scooter. That includes EUCs as well, and members of our Facebook group have reported that they've travelled for free taking their e-skates too. Otherwise, the price for travel for adults is $3.50, concession card holders are $2.40, children and students from 5 to 16 years old $1.90, kids under 5 travel for free. If you are paying on the day, you can make an electronic payment as you board the ferry. There are racks on board to store bicycles, and as you can see, e-scooters will fit too, along with EUCs. There's a small refreshment bar on the ferry as well, serving a few snacks, coffee and drinks. And I believe the ferry itself has a capacity of around 100 people and around a dozen bicycles. The journey across the river takes around about 15 minutes, and it's generally quite a comfortable, swift trip. If you want to learn more about the ferry or find the timetable, jump online and check out derwentferries.com.au. The ferry runs Monday to Friday, usually during the early morning and late afternoon commuting times, but during holiday periods such as we're in right now, they also run a Saturday service.
There was all roped off, we had to move a barrier to get out of here.
And here we are, leaving the ferry terminus in Salamanca on Hobart's beautiful waterfront. The weather's still not looking the best, so rather than journey too far, we made the decision to find ourselves a nice local coffee shop, take a break and grab a coffee before making our way back to the ferry terminus and retracing our steps back to the Hobart Beach car park.
Let's go into the,
Around where the bakery is, around the back there.
Yeah, we could sort of skirt around and there to get to the park.
Good idea.
Go that way and then down.
Yeah, if you like. What?
once you learn, once you figure it out, but there is a steep learning curve, so I found it very difficult initially to learn, falling off. But once you figure it out,
They feel stable and then they suddenly go look.
We're on our way home now, just about to board the next ferry back across the river before retracing our steps back to the Harrow Beach car park where we began our little journey. The weather held off for us, which was a bit of a blessing, and we're pretty happy that we managed to salvage some kind of a ride out of the day. Thanks again for riding along with us. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It'll certainly encourage us to make more videos. We'll see you in the next one.